Hi there, welcome to another episode of PILOTCLIMB.com. In today's video we are going to fly, we are flying online, with the virtual ATC, alright? We are flying bound Hamburg, and what you're going to see in this video is the cruise, alright? The briefing, the briefing for the approach in bound Hamburg, and then we're gonna do the descent and the landing in bound Hamburg, okay? So we'll see how does it goes, alright? So without further ado, let's jump right into it. V1 rotate. Okay guys, so as you can see we are approaching
Easy
3.
leaving Dutch airspace. Wanted to come 122, decimal 8, tot ziens.
Jullie komen op de disability, ik ga van uw werk bewaren, fix for great service, we'll see you next time.
Yes.
Alright, so
Charlie 001, proceed direct Refla, Romeo Echo Victor, Lima Alpha.
Refla direct, Papa Lima Charlie 001, thank you. So, Refla.
57 Charlie November, contact Schiphol approach, 121, decimal 2, bye-bye.
Okay guys, we just get the direct route into Revla. Okay, so today's video is going to be a little bit dynamic because we've got the ATC as well, okay? So guys, we are just at flight level 350 in here, alright? So we are actually cruising at the moment and we are going bound Hamburg. Okay, so the next thing is to prepare the aircraft for the landing in Hamburg. So as you can see, we are 167 nautical miles to the top of descent, so we need to start the preparation, especially because we are in the simulator and I'm a bit slower compared to the real aircraft, okay? So what we're going to do, guys...
Go ahead.
Before it gets super busy in London.
Alright, so the thing is, first of all, guys, we need to know where we're going. So what's going on in here is that we're gonna arrive from point Zibo, okay? I'm gonna make... Here we go. So that's the Zibo point, guys, okay? We're gonna perform this star, hopefully, and then we're gonna fly the ILS runway 15 inbound Hamburg. Okay, so I'm gonna set up the FMC very quickly, okay, just to make sure we've got 250 below flight level 100 in there. So what we can actually do, I can take the latest weather from the 80s, sorry, from the flight plan, okay. So I come in here, latest weather, let me see, there we go. So the latest weather in Hamburg, guys, we've got 070 at 4.
78 contact Brussels control, band
9999, 2 degrees, overcast 4000, so 2 degrees, 9999. So what we can do in here,
131 decimal 1.
9999, 2 degrees, so that means a difference of minus 13. It's a bit cold, it's chilly in Hamburg today. Beautiful. So then I'm gonna set up the winds in there as well. The winds, you find them in the little flight plane. Okay, here we go, that's the thing. Descent, here we go. So we've got at flight level 310, guys. I can set some winds in there, which is 323, 312 at 22. The reason why I'm setting up the wind is because if you set up the wind and you give in the QNH the temperature deviation, the VNAV will be able to prepare a better descent management, okay? 331 at, because your descent management, guys, is different if you have tailwind, alright? You need more track miles to land with the tailwind compared with the headwind. And if you put the wind during your descent, the FMC will be able to calculate all of this. 355 at 005. There we go. Beautiful. So that's all done. That's all done. So that should be the route, guys. We arrive at Zibo, which is our last point in there. Okay, then we do the Zibo 1 Delta and the LS 15. Okay, that's the plan. I'm gonna ask this guy if he knows what's the runway use in Hamburg, just to make sure that we don't do a double brief in here, okay? Amsterdam Papa Lima Charlie 001. Do you know the runway use in Hamburg, please?
Charlie 001, you can always get it from the ATIS. At the moment, it appears to be runway 15.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I said from the 8s, but I checked that later, it didn't work. 124, let's try again. 124, 325. So 124, 325.
Stop center, Xavier 660, climb flight number 130.
Okay.
Security for the south, 25 level 250.
Time 185.
Find level 250, Transavia 660 feet, full yard.
Yeah, it's not working, guys. Okay, it's very annoying. We try later because we are a bit far away still. Okay, so let's call it running 15. Okay, as we said, guys, we are going to perform the Risbo 1 Delta running 15. Okay, for the LS running 15 in there. Okay, ILS running 15. I know that we are doing, if we running 15 is the one in use because we got a flight frame from Risbo. So we start from the top, guys, in here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. We got Hamburg, the chart is the 10-2 Quebec, effective on 18th of June. Okay, altimeter setting hectopascal, threshold level by ADC, AirNav 1 equipment, AirNav GPS DME
And 5 November kilo contact
and IRU required during DME operations change in bank, respective aiding and momentary wrong turn direction have to be expected. Okay, on downwind expect vector to final, and then speed restriction and altitude on stars are always mandatory unless cancelled by ATC. Okay, we need to respect well, you should always respect those unless cleared by cancelled by ATC. If unable to comply with speed restriction, advise ATC. Fantastic. So 250 below flight level 100. We check that is on the box. 250 below flight level 100 and says follow the published procedure by maintaining the last assigned flight level altitude to the initial approach fix. Descend to initial approach fix altitude to perform published approach procedure. Okay, in case of loss of comm. Okay, so let's check out the route, guys. So in order to check out the route, we can actually do plan in there and here we go. So guys, very quickly the route says Risbo. Then at Risbo we need to be flight level 110 or below, and we got 048 the track, 10.9 the distance, and 11 miles 4,000 feet or above. Okay. Now we've got Delta 434. That's the point there. I put 65 there because I checked earlier, guys. And if we get a shortcut from here to there, that's the altitude at which we need to be. So I put a lower altitude there in order to manage the energy of the aircraft. Okay, because we're gonna be slightly lower, but we are ready in case we've got the shortcuts in there. Okay, so then what happened is that we continue from Delta 434 to Delta 435 on 330 to 4 nautical miles. 330 4 nautical miles. Altitude restriction we need to be 4,000 or above. Then we've got from Delta Hotel 435 to Delta Hotel 455. We've got a track of 0605 nautical miles, 4 nautical miles makes sense, 200 feet or below, 4,000 feet or above, which is in the box. Then we turn right, then we intercept, then follow the 150, 150 is in there, 3.6, 4 nautical miles makes sense, Delta Hotel 456, then Delta Hotel 457, same track, another 4 nautical miles, 4,000 feet or above by the Delta Hotel 457. I'm gonna put there 4,000 or above just to have the minimum in the boxes. Okay, then from there we join and follow the LS running 15, which is in here. Okay, so what we've got in here, let's see, 80s 124.325, we check that later. The frequency we're gonna call them. Okay, we've got the LS 109.55, guys. We can put this 109er decimal 55. Here we go. Active 155. Active on both. In case of go round, we need the Hamburg 113 decimal 1. 113 decimal 1. 113 decimal. So it's all AirNav, so we can actually leave those for a second in there. Okay, the ILS frequencies. And then we've got the final approach course 150. 150. I'll check again on the 80s, guys, just to see if the run is 100. Let me see if
Correct. 101H1000 Trend. Getting no SIG information, Juliet.
Okay, now it's working.
Hamburg information, Juliet. Met report time 1850 Zulu. Expect ILS approach runway 15, runways in use 15. For landing 05. For takeoff, transition level 70 when passing 2,000 feet, contact Bremen radar on frequency 119.520, wind 080 degrees 4 knots, visibility 9 kilometers, clouds. Overcast 4,100 feet, temperature 2.1 QNH 1000 Trend. No SIG information Juliet. Out.
So it says something very strange, guys. It says for
Hamburg information Juliet. Met report time 1850 Zulu. Expect ILS approach runway 15 runways in use 15. For landing 05.
Okay.
Met Charlie 001
Take
contact.
off.
Bremen,
Transition level
123,
70.
925, tot ziens.
123.925. Confirm Papa Lima Charlie 001. Well, yes, it was correct.
Negative, climb flight level 240. Climb flight level 240.
Weather, good evening, Papa Lima Charlie 001, flight level 350 inbound Revla.
Papa Lima Charlie 001, rim radar identified, cleared Ripso 1 Delta arrival runway 15.
Ripso 1 Delta arrival running 15, Papa Lima Charlie 001. So as we briefed, okay, the Ripso 1 Delta running 15. So we were briefing, so we've got 80 miles to the top of descent, okay? So what we've got in here, guys, the ILS, we were doing 150 final approach track is set twice. We've got Devo, this is our platform altitude, 3,000 feet, oops, sorry. So Devo, 3,000 feet in there, we need to intercept and follow the glide slope from Devo is in there, 3,000 feet in there, okay guys, and if I do on plan, and I reduce the range, guys, you're gonna be able to see in there, okay? Devo 3,000 feet.
For Lufthansa 856, ciao.
Then we've got minimum 253.
It's a 122.8.
Minimum 253.
122.8, jetzt haben wir's, ciao.
Oops, 253. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 253, and let me go back because we have some clouds outside. And then we've got 253 airport elevation 50 feet. 50 feet set up there, MSA 2,100 feet. So then what we've got, guys, we're gonna, our initial approach fix is this point in there, Delta Hotel 457. We saw that we're gonna go from there 150 4 nautical miles, 3,000 feet minimum altitude. So I come in here, reduce again the range in there, we check that. After the 457, which is this point in there, it's our initial approach fix, we go on 150 for 5 nautical miles. Inbound Charlie India 15, 3,000 feet or above, which is in there, and then from there we go on to Devo, and then from Devo we join the localizer, the glide slope we descend to the minimum. We descend to the minimum with a rate of descent of approximately 800 feet per minute. We've got high intensity approach system, runway, edge intensity light, and puppy on the left. Okay, in case of go around, guys, because if everything is fine, we land. If something's wrong, we do that go around. We continue, climb straight ahead to 3 nautical miles, Alpha Lima Foxtrot. Alpha Lima Foxtrot 115.8. So 115. Let me do this. 115.8. So basically, straight ahead 3 nautical miles. Crossing radial 225 from Alpha Mike November. So that one in there. Okay. Turn left direct to Alpha Mike November, view aircraft to 4,000, so 4,000 feet in there. So straight ahead 3 nautical miles, crossing the 225 left inbound Hamburg 113.1. And as you can see, guys, we've got 113.1 in there, and we've got the DME as well for the distance. In case of go around, we need to make sure we set the radius for the missile approach, because otherwise we will not know where we go. Okay. Beautiful. So we've got 253 the minimum, which is 200 feet only height, and then we've got the minimum RVR is 550, and today the visibility is 9 kilometers. We've got 2 degrees QNH.
Radar, moin, Alpine, 906 Julia Tango at Sylt Airport with information Alpha, requesting IFR clearance to Bergen asphalt.
And then I need to change the QNH as well on the FX.
906 Julia Tango, rim radar, good evening, information Alpha clearance, start approved.
Beautiful. So that is complete. Then once we land, if you are lucky enough to land, guys, that's what we're going to do. We've got a pretty long runway, and we plan to vacate at Echo 4. Okay, Echo 4. Let me see if I can actually put some performances in here, guys. So let me see. No. Here we go, performance. Echo Total running 15. Okay, dry. Wind. The wind was, let me see the wind. the wind was exactly 080 at 4, a bit of tailwind, 080/4. Beautiful. OAT, outside the temperature, QNH 1000. Awesome, flap 30. Auto, air conditioning out, anti-ice off, brake all, normal check is known, and landing weight. Let me see the landing weight, guys. So the landing weight. So what we've got in here at the moment, we've got 3.3, we're gonna land there, we've got 4.2 on board, so that means we are 900 kilograms to go. If I take 900 kilograms out of this, which is the fuel.
Charlie 001, proceed direct Ripso.
Direct Ripso, Papa Lima Charlie 001, thank you. Direct Ripso, here we go. So you see Ripso in there, let me confirm just in case. Yes, it's that point in there, and we can actually execute, and we are going there. So I was saying, guys, again, sorry. 4.2 is the fuel we've got in there now. That we've got now. We're gonna land with 3.3, so the difference is 900. If I take 900 out of this, it's going to be 62.1. So 62.1. We said flat 30. Let me see, 62.1. 62.1. Bingo. Now, what is going to see? 62.1 is going to be auto brake 1807. 1807 meters, guys. Okay, so 1807 meters. We should be able to vacate on Echo 4.
Have a nice evening.
Okay, I don't know why the altimeter just changed like that. Okay, so Echo 4 is even a high speed exit. Okay, so rapid exit. We're gonna vacate this with 45 knots. Okay, so we're gonna vacate on Echo 4, Echo 1, and then we enter the apron via Echo 4, Echo 3. Okay, we're gonna stop in here at Echo 5. Okay, and then once we get in there, here we go. Echo 1, we stop in here, and then we try to vacate one of these, and then we have the stands in here. It starts from 1, because it's gonna go to 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, all the way down there. Okay, so then the 60s and the 50s are in here, and then 40s and 40s are in there. So it is very important, guys, that you get a bit of familiarization with your airports. Okay. So in order to calculate this distance, guys, you can take this scale in here. Okay, so as you can see, this scale in meter, this is 1000 meter. Okay, just to give you an idea. Okay, so this is 1000 meters, and Echo 4 should be around 1800, 1900, so should be fine, because these are super long runs, guys. 1666 meters. Okay, run 1.5. Alright, beautiful. So that is complete. We need to set flap, auto brake 3, flap 30, and then I'm gonna use idle reverse as well.
Ripple 1 Delta arrival, for runway 15, Spirit 996 hold on.
Beautiful. And then as we descend, guys, 9105.
Aztec 017, bring radar identified.
So guys, as you can see, I put runway 15 there on the fixed page, okay, and then I put this 105. This 105 actually is a cross check to make sure that the top of the descent is this point that the FMC has calculated makes sense, okay, because if you take your altitude, you multiply that by 3, gives you a rough idea when you should start the descent. So 35 multiplied by 3, that gives me 105. Okay. So 105, I put that in there, you can see it makes sense. Okay, it's not perfect, but it really does make sense. Okay, so the approach briefing is complete, everything is fine. I can actually set it near 1000, so I have less thing to do later. 1000, and actually we can do the descent checklist. Okay, so 1000 in there, 1000 in there as well for later. Okay, so beautiful. We can do the descent checklist, and it says descent checklist pressurization, land altitude 50 feet is set, anti-ice off, approach briefing fuel discuss. One thing that we didn't discuss is the alternate. So 3.2 the alternate, and the reserve fuel, guys. So 3.2, we're gonna land in there with 3.2. Alright, so if I take the alternate, guys, so our alternate is Echo Bravo Juliet, okay, which requires 2.9er. Okay, 3. So 2.9 is the reserve fuel. Alright, and we're gonna land in there with
Alpine 96 Juliet
3.2.
Tango
So
at
not a
airport,
big
request
difference.
start
Okay,
up.
so we're gonna land there with 300
German
grams
radar,
extra. In case
Condor
we go around, we really
315,
need to. I mean, the weather is fine, so we can
4,000.
even do a second approach. Okay, but in case we got some delays, there is not much to
Condor
say. Okay,
315 Bremen identified.
we need to
climb
go
flight
straight to
level
our alternate. Okay, because
Climb
we
flight
only
level
have
100,
300 grams
315.
extra, which is approximately 10 minutes or even less. Okay, so reset MCP altitude. Now we call them.
Aerosky 9019.
Yes, and two bags is check and set. Flat relay landing 145. Okay, so let's give them a call and let's request descent now. Radar Papa Lima Charlie 001, request descent, please.
Lima Charlie 001, descent flight level 110.
Descent flight level 110, Papa Lima Charlie 001. Okay, guys, so I set 110 in there. I leave enough path set because the top of the descent is in front of us, so the aircraft will start the descent by itself. Okay.
231, climb to flight level 250, and en route to Helsinki Airport with squawk 3162. I'm with you. How are you doing?
First Alpine 96 Juliet Tango, pushback approved facing north.
Approved facing north, Alpine 96 Juliet Tango, thank you.
KLM 1171, Bremen radar identified, climb flight level
very quickly.
330.
Roger on that, KLM 1171, 330, thank you.
Okay, I'm refreshing.
Yes, Control 32 Charlie, climb flight level 400.
Sky 9019, direct passengers.
Okay, I've...
Flight level 400.
Don't worry, guys,
Bremen radar, this is 4358, what's here? 35.
4258.
I just uploaded the weather, okay, the real weather, guys, and now as you can see the flight parameters are completely wrong. So now let's go on level change. Okay, guys, I just uploaded the new weather, the latest weather, and then the flight parameters went out of the window. Okay.
Level 310 to be at 996.
So as you can see, guys, we are slightly above the profile because the VNAV is telling us that we are 1,800 feet above the ideal profile. Okay. So what you can do, guys? So what you can do, because I mean, look.
24 Charlie, contact Bremen radar 119.
The target speed is 290.774. Okay, so this is a path during the descent where the aircraft will keep idle thrust in this Mach number at the moment, and we are above 2,000 feet. So if we keep an higher speed with idle thrust, what does it mean? Is that we're gonna pitch with an higher, with a, I mean, we're gonna. What is going on, guys?
It's now 5882.
Okay, so that means that we're gonna pitch with an higher, with a lower altitude, okay, and we're gonna go back on profile. So now we are kind of going back on profile. Okay, as you can see, 1,500 feet from me.
128, decimal 750, Condor 315.
So we are approaching 30,000 feet, so I put back the pancake in there. So I can actually take this one, have it up and take the airports in there, and actually make it night time. And then take the...
Canadian 812, monitor Unicom 1 to do this make, Boeing.
Beautiful. So now we're going back on profile in here. Okay, so as you can see, we are back on profile. I push VNAV, VNAV path is in there. And now the aircraft should pitch up back again and go back on the speed. If the aircraft gets too close to the maximum speed, okay, the VMO or MMO, you really need to make sure that it doesn't. So what you do, you simply pitch up by yourself, or you extend the speed brake, okay? But don't really, if you see the speed is approaching the MMO or VMO, okay, guys, just make sure that you don't wait, you know, make sure you disconnect the autopilot, you level off gently, but you make sure that it doesn't go in there, okay? Okay, so we are going back a profile because now we are 1,500 feet below the ideal profile calculated by the FMC, but we are faster because we are flying 330 knots, while our target speed calculated by the FMC is 290. So, okay, we are slightly lower but faster, so the energy is okay, should be okay. Beautiful. So we're gonna land. What time we're gonna land in there? 58. Good. So what I can actually do from the seatbelt sign, okay? Beautiful.
128, 750, fancy one for the plan.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Good, good. The very important thing, guys, let me see. Okay, that's the visual that I'm gonna put after landing. Okay, after landing, this after landing. Okay. So the very important thing, guys, is that when you land in some airport, you get familiar with the airport. Okay, so make sure you check the taxi routing. Make sure that you check the apron. Make sure you check the airport stand, because I can tell you the apron stand, because I can tell you that many times the busiest part of the flight is once you land. Okay, especially in a busy airport with where the taxi where the taxi is long and sometimes it's complicated. You get very busy on the ground. Okay. So now, as you can see, guys, we are back on profile. Look, we are back on profile, very nicely. And we are still slightly fast. So if you want this to kill this 10 knots of speed, you can simply extend the speed brake. So I'll show you 1 second. If you take the speed brake lever and you extend the speed brake lever to the flight intent, you will see that suddenly this speed will go back. Look. The speed run vector is in there, and always make sure that when you use the speed brake, the thrust stays at idle. Okay, never use speed brake and thrust. Okay, you will see in a second that if I leave the flight, the speed brake extended, the thrust lever will increase. Look, look at the end, one in there, 37.3. It should.
Good evening, Singapore 1123, flight level 100.
So now the thrust lever is staying closed, but should increase. Here we go. So now the thrust lever is increasing because the speed is too low. So that's what you don't want. Okay, you always want to use speed brake and thrust idle, because it's like if you use speed brake and thrust both together, what will happen is that it's like driving with the gas pedal pushed and the brake as well applied. Okay, so that's what you don't want. Always, if you have a speed brake, make sure that your thrust levers are at idle. Okay, that's beautiful. So that's our arrival. That's our ILS, and then that's after we land. We got
0.14 via
Alpha
Delta
3, Alpha 4,
Alpine
Alpha 5.
Tango.
Then we've got Zulu 1 orange, Zulu 1 blue in there, and then Zulu 1 normally. The apron, we see where we get parked. Okay, stand 51, 56, 57. We'll see there. Hopefully we don't lose, we don't get lost, because sometimes, guys, one of the biggest limitation of flying this simulator, the X-Plane 11 in this case, is the visual, guys. It's still hard for me that I'm used to fly the real plane when I fly on the X-Plane 11 to really look around, you know, to have a clear vision of where I'm going, especially during the taxi routing or any other, like when I do a visual approach and something like that, because the visual is not great. In the real aircraft, you simply turn your head and you really see outside everything, but in here, it is not. So I'm still getting used to it. Okay.
Radar request rate is Singapore
123, Rito 5.
35 to go, Singapore.
There we go. So Risbo 110 or below, and 110 is our altitude. Okay, our flight level. So as you can see, guys, we still have a bit of knots in there. Okay, so I'll extend again the speed brake, and you will see that this speed will start to go back. So as you can see in here, guys, we've got the speed brake extended. Okay.
Alpine 96 Juliet Tango, rolling point runway 14, ready for departure.
Alpine 96 Juliet Tango, wind Süd, 090 degrees 7 knots, runway 14, clear for takeoff.
Takeoff runway 14, Alpine 96 Juliet Tango.
So when you are approaching your target altitude, okay, normally 2000 feet before and 1000 feet before, you should reduce your rate of descent. So now I'm approaching 1000 feet, 1000 feet before, you should have a rate of descent of 1000 feet from here. okay?
One uniform hotel.
This really helps you when you fly in a very busy environment, okay? Because if you have a very big and high rate of descent, rate of climb, you may end up having TCAS RA, okay, or TCAS TA. In my career, I've had quite few TCAS RA or TCAS TA.
Reaching flight level 330.
So now we are going above the profile, guys. So what you can do, you can start to reduce the speed, because guys, we have always to remember that the aircraft, I mean, you cannot only talk about the altitude or talk about the speed, okay? You really need to talk about aircraft energy. That's the most important thing, okay? Because if you only talk about altitude and speed, it doesn't really matter, because you can be very low on profile and be super fast, and the energy of your aircraft is still extremely high. So what you need to understand is the energy of your aircraft, not the altitude or the speed, because you can either be very high and very slow, okay?
Charlie 001, contact wind radar 119er decimal 525, bye-bye.
119er decimal 525, Papa Lima Charlie 001, bye-bye. 119er 525, let's give them a call. So 119er 525.
Speedbird 9996 hotel descent flight level 11.
There we go. Radar, good evening, Papa Lima Charlie 001, flight level 110 inbound Ripso.
Papa Lima Charlie 001, Bremen Radar, good evening, identified. Descent flight level 80.
Descent flight level 80, Papa Lima Charlie 001. So 80 in there. There we go. So I'm gonna go level change, 2000 feet for minutes. So approaching 10,000 feet, we just make sure that we've got some lights on in there to make sure. Look at that. I'm gonna do that. Lights on. There we go. So fuel we've got there. Lights are on. Icon and press is fine. Seatbelts are on. So let's put those as well on.
Papa Lima Charlie, turn right heading 2, correction 060, descent altitude 4,000 feet.
Right heading 060, descent 4,000 feet, Papa Lima Charlie 001. So they are giving us vectors, okay? As we briefed, basically. So level change, I go back to level change, and then go to around 250 knots. And that's what we can expect. Now, we can actually expect the 457, I guess. So the total 457 direct, okay? Because as you can see, it looks like that we are doing this, okay? I put that because if you do that, you will see that your path is there, okay? So now we can actually make sure that we've got everything is set for our approach. We've got India, Hotel, Sierra, okay? India, it was in there, it's gone now. That's fine. So 4,000 feet is an altitude, so we can actually set the
Papa Lima Charlie 001, speed 220 knots.
Speed 220, Papa Lima Charlie 001. Okay, so they want us to reduce the speed. 220. So QNH was 1,000. I confirm with them, okay? And radar Papa Lima Charlie 001, can you confirm the QNH, please?
Of course, QNH 1000, sorry for that. Yeah, 1000.
No problem, 1000, Papa Lima Charlie 001. Okay, we've got the QNH.
Papa Lima Charlie 001, turn right heading 100.
Right heading 100, Papa Lima Charlie 001. Okay, right heading 100. Okay, guys, it looks like we are going inbound the Charlie India 115. So I take the point, I put in there, and we've got the information in there, okay? So as you can see, we are above the profile. So I start to extend some flaps in there, and extend the speed brake and go back on profile, okay? And now we can do the approach checklist. So we need to make sure with the LS frequencies are set in there. We've got India Hotel Sierra with 150 on the courses is set. You've got the standby instruments are set, 150, and the approach check is complete. So we can actually do the approach checklist, which should be somewhere in the yoke, which should be somewhere in here. Ultimate instruments set, approach check and set. Everything is complete. Beautiful. So now we are going back on profile. We are still.
Lima Charlie 001, speed 200 knots or less. You cleared LS runway 15. Report established.
Okay, speed 200 knots or less. Clear for the ILS 15. Report established. Papa Lima Charlie 001. Okay, so we are clear. So 4,000 feet. 4,000 feet should be our. We're gonna intercept with 4,000 feet. 200 speed, 200 knots or below, and we can actually
Delta India Sierra Alpha Charlie, Bremen, guten Abend.
Die Delta India Alpha Sierra Charlie in der dritten Norm in Islander 2, VFR.
So the glide slope is alive, guys, as you can see here. Glide slope is alive. Localizer is still there, okay? Sorry, 100 speed and 200 knots. So we've got some clouds around, so I can actually switch on.
Ja, Delta India Sierra Alpha Charlie, Transponder bitte auf 7740.
There we go. So anti-ice on and switch off the lights because otherwise it's going to be. There we go. So
Lufthansa 24 Charlie, speed 200.
Okay, so we've got 150 established on the localizer. We start to follow the localizer. We are getting established on the glide slope as well. And we've got 1 to go because we are at 5,000 and 4,000 feet is our platform altitude. According to the TC. Check, but we're gonna be able to intercept the glide slope before. The glide slope is already there. Almost. Run inside. The glide slope intercept and I slow down the aircraft. Here we go. So we are good on speed. So I retract the speed brake, guys, now. And I let the aircraft decelerate by itself.
Sierra Charlie, dann sind Sie jetzt
Full establishing bound, so
identifiziert.
good
Wie gemeldet,
visibility.
Sie
What we
setzen
can
den Flug
do,
nach
switch off the
VFR
engine
fort, wenn nicht
anti-ice.
möglich, bitte melden.
That's complete. Beautiful.
Full
Full establishing bound, and that's it. We are good on speed, good on everything. We report established inbound.
Lufthansa 24 Charlie, left turn heading 200, descent 4,000 feet.
200 and 4,000 feet, Lufthansa 24 Charlie.
Full establishing bound, Papa Lima Charlie 001.
Papa Lima Charlie 001, Roger Tower, correction, maintain speed 170 knots until 5 DME.
17 until 5, Papa Lima Charlie 001.
That's correct, contact tower 126.850, heavy landing.
126850, bye bye Papa Lima Charlie 001. 850, that's the,
Lufthansa 24 Charlie.
That's the, here we go. So I said, guys, flaps 10 because they want us to reduce further, okay? Let's give them a call. Tower, good evening, Papa Lima Charlie 001, full establishing bound, 9 miles to go.
Papa Lima Charlie 001, Hamburg Tower, good evening, number 3.
Number 3, Papa Lima Charlie 001. This guy is very low. Doesn't, the readability is poor. Okay, so we are approaching, we are number 2, so that means that we've got somebody in front of us. The speed is okay, we've got a flap 10 in there, and you know what, let's start to...
2,500.
Let's put the gear down and the flaps 15, okay, and let's start to configure because we are number 2. Okay, so we can actually do the landing checklist. So, landing checklist, we've got engine start switches, continuous, recall, check. Then we've got speed brake, armor green lights, landing gear, down to green, auto brake, 3 set, holding up flaps. So we can actually go flaps 30 now. Flaps 30 and complete landing checks. And we've got flaps 30 green lights and landing lights on the unlanding lights.
Runway 05, clear for takeoff, Delta November Kilo. Cheers.
Everything seems good. I can see already Alpha, our taxiway to vacate in there was, what was that? The Alpha Echo 4, Echo 4, Echo 1, okay? Cool. We only are missing the lights and everything's fine, right? The wind just shifts. Clear to land running 15, Papa Lima Charlie 001. Beautiful, clear to land. So I disconnect. Check. Disconnect the auto throttle. I disconnect the autopilot. And I fly the plane. I look inside and I look outside. The closer I get to the runway, the more I look outside, okay? Check.
400.
Check. Check.
Approaching minimums. 200.
Check.
Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed back up. Reverses normal. 74%. 100 knots.
Hamburg Tower, hello, Lufthansa for Charlie, is that
80 knots.
80 knots.
Minor braking. Here we go. So Echo 4 to the left.
Lufthansa for Charlie. Tower, Lufthansa for Charlie got a speed restriction. Is that still active or is no speed restriction?
Here we go. Beautiful.
Lufthansa 107, cross runway 15, and then taxi waiting for runway 05 via Golf and Delta 4.
Runway 15 and Golf and Delta 4.
Tower, Lufthansa for Charlie got a strict restriction. Is that still active?
Lufthansa 2 for Charlie, negative.
Okay.
Yeah, Lufthansa for Charlie.
Lima Charlie 001, contact Echo 1, hold on runway 05.
Hey, can you say again, please, Papa Lima Charlie 001?
Papa Lima Charlie 001, continue Echo 1, hold short runway 05.
Echo 1 and also the Metro 5, Papa Lima Charlie 001. Okay. So continue Echo 1. Here we go. So here we go. Echo 1 and Alpha 5 all shots. Let's go. That's Alpha 5. Before the runway, basically. Good. Should be the next one. So we've got Echo 1.
Sorry, yeah, yes, Lufthansa 991.
Lufthansa 991, cross runway 15 and taxi waiting for runway 05 via Golf and Delta 4.
Okay, we are Alpha 5
Yes,
here.
runway 15. We are...
Started più already.
Lufthansa 991, cross runway 15 for now, please.
So the guy is trying to understand the instructions, so you want to give them time, guys, okay? You don't want to step in the frequency when there is somebody trying to understand, okay? Alpha 5, Papa Lima Charlie 001.
Papa Lima Charlie 001, stand by.
It's very low, I cannot hear him very well, to be honest.
Lufthansa 2 for Charlie, wind 100 degrees, 4 knots, runway 15, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 15, Lufthansa for Charlie.
Papa Lima Charlie 001, cross runway 05, and on the other side contact Hamburg apron on frequency 121.75.
So cross runway 05 and then once on the apron contact 121.075. Confirm Papa Lima Charlie 001.
Papa Lima Charlie 001, negative, contact 121.7.
121.7. Bye bye Papa Lima Charlie 001. 117. Yeah, the quality of his radio was very low. Okay, so I can switch on some lights in there. Put this on masses and let's actually cross runway 05.
Ground Moin, Lufthansa 10 Fox.
Lufthansa 10 Fox, Hamburg, Ground Moin.
So clear left and clear right.
Geht nicht, heute bei dir?
Und zur Fox, ich kann es mal prüfen, meinte gerade schon mal jemand, aber irgendwas ist halt komisch. Ich glaube, IWAU hängt irgendwie mit drin.
Das sollte eigentlich nicht mehr passieren, aber gut, das ist ja nicht. Okay, we will call you back in a
Left
few
and
minutes
clear right.
with our clearance request.
Zur Fox, warte, ich kann es mir nochmal anschauen, aber es sieht irgendwie nicht so gut aus heute.
And then we contact.
Kein Stress, ich rufe dich gleich zurück.
Hamburg April, morning, good evening. We're Lufthansa 229, Airbus A321neo from position 2, information kilo on board. We'd like to request IFA clearance down to Frankfurt, please.
Lufthansa 229,
Okay.
Hamburg, Ground, hallo, Info Kilo ist korrekt. Startup approved at Frankfurt via Amlu 9 Charlie departure.
I give them a call now, okay?
SID, climb altitude 5,000 feet, squawk 1000.
Lufthansa 229, vielen Dank. We are IFA cleared to Frankfurt out of runway 05 on the Amlu 9 Charlie departure. Flight plan route climbing initially via set altitude 5,000. Our squawk is 1000. Lufthansa 229.
Now we are here in this one. Alpha 5.
And moving 705 to ready for taxi.
Ring 705 to taxi via Zulu 1, Bravo 3, hold short runway 33.
Zulu 1, Bravo 3, hold short runway 33, moving 7052.
Ground good evening, Papa Lima Charlie 001, runway vacated on Alpha 5.
Lima Charlie 001, Berlin, correction, Hamburg ground, hello. Taxi to stand 12 via Zulu 1, Zulu 5.
Stand 12 via Zulu 1, Zulu 5, Papa Lima Charlie 001. Okay, 01, 05. Okay, so stand 12. Stand 12, wow, is all the way down, and it says via Zulu 1 and Zulu 5. Zulu 1 is that one down there, and Zulu 5. Okay. So we continue straight ahead, Zulu 1, and then we... So next, the second one on the right, and then we continue. Okay, let's see. So the first one in here should be the Zulu 3. Here we go, guys. As you can see in here, says Zulu 1. Okay.
313, just to confirm, it's Amlu 9 Charlie departure and squawk is 2521.
Sorry, my bad. Amlu 9 Charlie departure, squawk 2521.
Alright, 01. There we go. As you can see on the ground here, guys. 01.
7052, contact Hamburg Tower 126.850, choose.
126.850, moving 705 to just...
And now we follow the 01.
Fox information kilo request.
So 01, then it's going to be again there in the right.
Lufthansa 10 Fox, Kilo correct, stop approved, cleared Frankfurt via Amlu 9 Charlie departure. Flight plan food via SAE, climb 5,000 feet, squawk 1000.
Lufthansa 10 Fox, start approved, Amlu 9 Charlie, 5,000 feet, squawk 1000.
10 Foxtrot, feedback correct.
And Hamburg ground, kindly confirm or advise when
So
Lufthansa
clear left.
229 and which direction we can expect the pushback.
229, expect push facing south.
Expecting facing south, Bokoma, and we are ready 229.
Confirm you are calling when ready?
Affirmative, sir. We just need another 1 or 2 minutes.
So
then
it
we
should
will
be
call once we
05,
are
the
ready
next
for
one.
push.
So 01, we've done that one. 05 should be the next one to the right, to the left.
313 pushback is approved, face south.
There we go. Beautiful.
Pushback approved, facing south, Alpha 313.
05. Let me stop 1 second, guys, because I'm getting 05. Let me see, yeah.
And Lufthansa
So
229,
01 then is a
ready
left
for
on
push.
05. Okay, I'm going on the right, so I'm doing a mistake now here. Let's go to the left. When this happens, okay, guys, in real life.
One orange line facing south.
That's not a big deal, okay? The important thing is that you stop, you check, and then you continue. 05 is on the left, because it was on the left and on the right, so Let's go on the left, make sure that we are clear here. 05, that's the 05 that we need. And real life can happen, okay? Very important, if you're not sure, stop the plane, check the charts, and then come back and continue the taxi, okay? Beautiful. 05, and now the stand should be stand 112. So let me see where the stand 12 is. So here we go. So stand 12 is closed. 11, go in here. The next one should be 12. Okay, so the weather radar can go off. Stand 12. Clear right, clear left, everything is fine, and we're gonna stand 12. We switch on some lights in here. Actually, I'll keep them on to line up. There we go, so lights off, and now we are lined. Stand 12. I don't have any marshal, guys, so I'm gonna stop in here, okay? So stand 12, we've got in here parking brake sets, and then we've got APUs on buses, and we switch off the engines. Alright guys, so there is not much. Let me do something like that. So we've got this, let me close a bit of the loop. Okay, so guys, as you saw, alright, I hope let me switch off anti-closure lights. So guys, I hope you enjoy the flight, okay? I hope you enjoy this flight from Heathrow to Hamburg, okay? If you have any question, leave a comment below and then I will help you out. Also go to PILOTCLIMB.com where you can subscribe for free pilot training content. I wish you a great day and I'll see you on the next one.
Charlie, danke fürs Nutzen, ciao.